Protest was directed against the executive decision of the federal government to prosecute Nnamdi Kanu. Protest is a communicative measure taken by citizens in a democracy to express their discontent to their government. If you lose the right of protest to your government, peaceful protest, then what is the essence of democracy? I won 3 victories from Nnamdi Kanu. One before the Abia State High Court, one before the Federal High Court in Roma, and one before the Enugu State High Court. The Southeast will continue to struggle politically. Unfortunately, we are politically disadvantaged in this country since the end of the war. So IPOB numbers in the millions of members and followers and sympathizers. So for any discussion of how to move Southeast forward, I think there has to be a consideration that they be brought to the table. And how best can you bring them to the table than bringing their leader, Nnamdi Kanu? P2B has publicly called for a halt to the prosecution of Nnamdi Kanu. So why do they keep looking for him? The buck stops at President Tinubu's table. If he does not free Nnamdi Kanu, he can forget the votes of people of Southeast. Unless there's another plan. You're not going to win Southeast without freeing Nnamdi Kanu.
Why were you arrested and where were you arrested?
They said we disobeyed order of a public officer. By interpretation, it meant there was some court order against the protest that we ostensibly or allegedly disobeyed. The order was never served. Before the protest, the initiator of the protest was Omoyele Sowore. I supported the protest as a Nigerian, as an upstanding Nigerian, as an Igbo man, as somebody who believes in justice. I supported it openly. Okay, I went around with Sowore to drum up support for the protest. It was supposed to be peaceful protest, and we did apply to the police, and it was approved. They went to court to get a court order to stop the protest in its tracks. The judge refused. They pressured, so the judge gave a limited order that the protest could go on, but the judge created a perimeter beyond which the protest cannot go, and it was named, in particular, Shehu Shagari Way, the 3-arm zone that includes the Supreme Court, the Court of Appeal, and the Aso Rock and National Assembly. That was all. I was arrested behind Transcorp Hilton Hotel along with others. Sowore was with me. I don't know how he managed to escape in that whole billow of smoke, of tear gas and all that. I think there was a vehicle that was passing by. He managed to jump into the vehicle. The driver opened the door and he jumped in, and something like that. Otherwise he would have been arrested on the spot. I was with him shoulder to shoulder. Since when did Nigerians lose their constitutional right to peaceably assemble, their constitutional right to protest and to free speech? Protest is a communicative measure taken by citizens in a democracy to express their discontent to their government. If you lose the right of protest to your government, peaceful protest, then what is the essence of democracy? That is the question that has to be answered.
Some people also wonder, as defense counsel for Nnamdi Kanu, why did you embark on the protest?
Defense counsel to Nnamdi Kanu has not lost his right as a Nigerian. I know the rules of the bar, the rules of subjudice, and so on and so forth. I wasn't in the protest to tell the court on how to make rulings or how to render judgments or to express opinion on how the court is conducting the proceedings. I was in the protest to express my views to the government of my country that your prosecutorial policy as deployed and levied against my fellow citizen, Nnamdi Kanu, is wrong. Stop it and halt it.
Maybe some people might need to ask, why is Nnamdi Kanu still being held if from several reports there is this argument that he has no case to answer, he has not done nothing wrong? Why is he still being held, and is there any window of chance for him to be freed?
This case is grounded upon the prescription of IPOB and tagging it a terrorist group. So Nnamdi Kanu got caught up as the leader of IPOB. Do you understand? That's one of the charges. As a matter of fact, 2 other charges were grounded on the basis of his leadership of a proscribed organization. So when I took the case to the Enugu State High Court in 2023, the Enugu State High Court ruled that the manner of proscribing IPOB
share this video, guys,
violated Section 42 of Nigerian Constitution. That is the section of the Nigerian Constitution under Chapter 4 of the Constitution that prohibited discrimination against any Nigerian on the basis of ethnicity. The court mentioned expressly that the proscription of IPOB was a directed executive discrimination against the Igbo ethnic group. And sometime in October 2022, the United Nations Special Rapporteurs, an organ of the United Nations that oversees human rights violations in foreign countries, had also reached the same conclusion. It wasn't by conjecture. They mentioned the Igbo ethnic group. They are the forerunners of what I'm about to say. And what I'm about to say is this. Let it sink in. Nnamdi Kanu is being travailed because he's Igbo. Pure and simple. If he wasn't Igbo, this case would have been over 9-8 years ago. I'm not the first one that said it. A judicial body has said it. Enugu State High Court has said it indirectly. United Nations Special Rapporteurs has said it indirectly and directly to some extent because they mentioned Nnamdi Kanu by name.
The issue of Nnamdi Kanu, we heard sacking all his lawyers or firing all his lawyers, and including very senior advocate of Nigeria, Kanu Agabi, and other counsels from defending him. What are the implications and what is left for him?
Well, using the word firing is not, I would say, debriefing and disengaging. It's a strategic move by him. He's a well-educated man, and he has his mind intact. He's fully aware of what he's doing. That's all I can say.
What do you think may be the fears of the federal government if they should allow Nnamdi Kanu to go?
The fear of the Igbo man. The primordial fear of the Igbo man that led to the pogrom, that led to the widespread lie, deadly lie of Igbo coup in 1966, and then that led to the genocide that gave the cover for the 3-year genocidal war. And even after the war, that primordial fear of the Igbo man still persists. We just have to tell ourselves the truth. I'm asking my fellow Nigerians who are not Igbos, what is it about the Igbo man that you fear so much? That when we are even in power, when we are even holding the levers of the presidency, you still fear the Igbo man enough, sufficiently enough to put him in chains, to try to put him in jail and lock him away and throw away the key.
If another free Nnamdi Kanu protest is called today, will you make yourself available?
I'll be the first to step forward. I lead from the front.